Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our winter solstice practice. We're going to be on Zoom today instead of Facebook because Facebook doesn't have a go live option for me this morning. So thank you for your patience, and I'm glad that we can be here together for a winter solstice practice alternative technology source. So we'll start out seated, sitting on a blanket or a block and sitting in whatever way feels comfortable for you. It might be cross-legged or on your heels or legs stretched out. And closing your eyes and beginning to deepen your breath and feeling the breath entering and exiting the nostrils, and beginning to tune in a little bit more to each exhale. Today, as the solstice we've been moving through this exhale time. It's like the longest exhale. The longest night. And then tomorrow we'll start this new solar year. It's basically the new year. So tuning into that exhale, what can that exhale invite for you? A little letting go of tension, perhaps, a little more ease. Maybe some inward awareness. And when we're present to the stillness, to the darkness, to the pause, we can notice the light, the sparks, the magic around us, in our worlds, in our lives. So tuning into this as we welcome the winter solstice in our ever-changing world. So 2 more breaths here in silence, focusing on the exhale. Wonderful, and then bringing the hands to press palm to palm at your heart center, gently opening your eyes. Inhale, lifting the arms up to the sky, reaching up to the dawn. Keep the hands pressing, bring the hands down, keep the bottom of the hands pressing together, and see how low you can bring the hands, stretching through the wrists. Inhale, lifting up, looking up, exhale, coming down, pressing hands, stretching wrists. 2 more times. And then bringing the hands out in front of you, offering and receiving through these open palms, opening to the messages from the solstice, receiving the wisdom. And we're gonna bring the heels of the hands across each other, scooping the hands in towards your body, rolling the backs of the hands across each other, and then opening out again. So we're gonna do a little circling with the wrists and elbows here, letting this be an offering out. What is it that you can offer to the greater whole, the wisdom in the stillness, the darkness, the quiet? Keep the breath flowing. And then we'll go back that other way. So we're going to scoop in, receiving. This is a great time of receptivity, receiving the insights, the subtle messages, the gentle whispers, the connectivity in the darkness. And then releasing the hands here, shaking them out. Shake, 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 shake. And then bringing the arms by the sides. We're going to place the hands down, so fingertips on the floor, little tents here. We'll do a few tension release breaths. So inhale, clenching all the muscles, hold the breath, squeeze everything, hold, and then release out the fingertips. This big exhale. Inhale all the tension from this whole solar year. Hold and squeeze. And then exhale, release. Let it go. The longest night. 2 more times. Squeeze and hold. One more time. Lovely. Shaking it out. Shake out those arms. Get a little release from the shaking. Let's switch the cross of the legs if they are crossed. We're going to inhale, sweep the arms out and up, looking up. Exhale, float the arms out and down, looking down. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, looking up. Exhale, out and down, looking down. Continuing with your breath, feeling the flow of these natural cycles, the pendulum swing, the reversal at the top and the bottom of the breath. We're at one end of the pendulum swing of the solstice, moving back towards light from here till we reach the summer solstice. One more inhale up. And then as you exhale, side bend over to your right, and then we're gonna bring that left arm down to the floor, and then inhale, reach it back up, maybe open it back behind you. Exhale, bring it forward to the floor. Inhale, opening back up, rotating the chest. Exhale, forward, rounding, stretching that upper back. Inhale, open, back behind you. One more time like this. And then exhale, bringing the hand down to the floor on the right side and staying here, melting towards the floor. So in our practice today, we're going to have these moments of pause and stillness, of melting into a shape. allowing it to be, to teach you what it has to teach you in this moment, to examine any discomfort that comes up or impatience, and to keep breathing. One more breath here. And then melting forward, walking the hands around until you're in a forward fold here, melting the forehead towards the floor. You might let your elbows rest on the floor. Again, melting into stillness. You can imagine yourself as a little seed, a seed of intention being planted on this winter solstice. The seeds of your truth, your deepest longings, and your integrity that will blossom, sprout, and bloom in the coming solar year. But for now, just releasing into that intention. And with your next inhale, walking back up, coming to a seat, bringing your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Looking up, exhale, float the arms out and down, looking down. Again, inhale, sweep the arms out and up, looking up. Exhale, out and down, looking down. Inhale, up one more time. And exhale over to the left, stretching right arm long here. Take an inhale. And exhale, bring the right hand down towards the mat, maybe touching it. Inhale, open, expanding out, welcoming the coming solar energy. Exhale, rounding back down, touching into the solstice darkness. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, coming forward, making it slow and meditative 2 more times. And then staying here, propping yourself up on your hands, adjusting if needed, and then finding quiet, stillness, melting, connection with the earth, grounding. Noticing the resistance that comes up, noticing anything that has tended to get tucked into the dark corners, pushed away, let it arrive. This is the time to bring everything into a welcome space. All the unexpected pieces of your life, all the new changes. Getting still, grounded, receptive, and quiet. And as you exhale, walk your hands around until you're in a forward fold. And again, we're going to melt down to the floor, finding that little seed pose. If you'd like, you can even, if your head's down, you can reach your arms back behind you and hold on to your hips. More of a seed pose. What are the seeds of intention that you would like to plant for the coming solar year? Planting them in the longest night. And with your next inhale, coming back up to center, bringing the soles of the feet together in front of you, letting the knees flop open. So this solstice is actually kind of interesting. You can give yourself a little foot massage here, connecting you to the grounding energy in the lower body, your feet connected to the earth. So this solstice is right after a full moon, so it's actually not a very dark night, it's a bright night, which invites more illumination and reflection. So bringing those pieces into your awareness as well. Nice. Taking a deep inhale here, holding on to your ankles, lifting the heart. And exhale, coming forward just from the hips, not rounding the spine, just leaning forward as far as you can here, reaching your heart out to the coming year ahead. Bring a smile to your face as you expand out in this pose. Deep breathing. One more inhale, and then exhale now, round the spine and melt down towards your feet. Sending them love and appreciation, maybe even kissing them. Appreciating your feet for walking you through your days, keeping you grounded. Last couple breaths here, coming to that awareness of the seed energy again inside you. Your deepest truth, the deepest knowing. And then inhale, coming back up, bring the hands behind you, fingertips towards your body on the floor, bring the feet to the floor in front of you, and let your knees drop side to side here. Going back and forth, massaging out the hips, the glutes. Nice, and then coming back to center with the knees, maybe bringing the hands a little closer to each other behind you, lifting the heart, squeezing the shoulder blades together, lifting the gaze. And you might just want to stay here and breathe. This might be a nice place of stillness for you. Feeling it in the shoulders. If you'd like a little more challenge, we're going to lift the legs up like we're in a boat pose, but our hands are supporting us, grounding to the earth. And thinking about where is your boat going to be headed in the next year? Where are you steering your personal ship out into the friendly waters of the universe? Opening here. Feel your body shake a little bit, knowing that the journey requires strength, cultivating that in your core. One more breath. And releasing down, let the knees go side to side again. Good job, everyone. All right, from here, we're gonna come to hands and knees. Feel free to put your blanket underneath your knees if you'd like a little extra padding here. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're a little bit wider. Take an inhale here. Exhale, round the spine and press back to your heels. Inhale, scooping forward. Feeling the cycles of the year. Exhale, back to your heels. Inhale, scooping forward. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale, scooping forward, curl the toes under, press back, down dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Walking out your dog. Nice. So we're going to come to a pigeon pose that we're going to hold for a bit here. If pigeon is not available to you, you can come onto your back. So I'm going to show both variations and then we're going to find stillness. So if you're going to come to actual pigeon pose, you're going to lift your right leg up to the sky and then exhale, bring it through, placing the knee behind the right wrist and then sliding the left leg back. And you might roll your blanket up, a little prop underneath that right hip, and we're gonna come up. We want the hips square, so we're not falling over onto the right hip. They're equal distance from the floor. So this is pigeon, and we'll come down to be in sleeping swan in just a moment. If that is not available to you, you can come down onto your back, cross your right ankle to your left knee, and do a figure four stretch here, flexing that right foot. So find what works for you. And if you are in an actual pigeon pose, coming up onto your finger pads, inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, folding forward, bowing to the earth, the wisdom beneath the surface. Inhale, coming back up, drawing up strength, wisdom, stability, vitality. Exhale, folding forward, melting your heart. Inhale, coming back up, drawing up the wisdom from the earth. Exhale, folding down. This time we're going to bring our forearms forward, making a little pillow for our head if that feels good. You can also stack your fists if you don't want to come down quite so far, or you can bring your forehead all the way to the floor. So we're going to hang out here for a little while, and we're going to feel some sensation. And again, come back to the deeper learnings, the teachings, the wisdom of the stillness, the quiet, the actually being present with the sensation and seeing what messages it has for you. keep breathing, staying with your present moment awareness. The solstice gifts. We wait and pay attention. As David White says, alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. Staying alert, aware in your stillness, in your quiet. Notice resistance if it comes up. Reminding yourself you can do hard things. And often we feel great after doing hard things. Two more breaths here. And then gently, slowly coming back up. If you're on your back, you can stretch your legs out, feet to the floor, windshield wiper your knees. If you're actually in pigeon pose, we're going to curl that left toe under, extending the left leg, just straightening it out. Feel that stretch there. And then dropping the left knee and bending the knee and reaching in with the foot, holding onto the foot with the left hand. Nice quad stretch here. If you can't reach your foot, you can also use a strap. I didn't bring one with me. Okay, and then we're going to release that down, curling the left toes under, swinging the right leg back up to the sky, if you can manage that, and then gently, slowly releasing it down, walking out your dog. And then we'll do the other side. Inhale, lift left leg to the sky. Exhale, bring it through. If you're on your back, you just do the left ankle to right knee. Finding what works best for you, sliding that right leg back if you're in pigeon pose, making sure that your hips are square. You might fold up the edge of your blanket or put a block or a cushion underneath that left hip for support. Coming up onto the finger pads here. And if you're on your back, you can still breathe with us. Take an inhale here, filling your heart. Exhale, bowing, surrendering all your wisdom adventures to the ground. Inhale, coming back up. Filling the heart, bowing in gratitude and honoring our tiny life and light. Inhale, coming back up. Could not exist without the earth, the bowing to the earth. This time creating a little pillow in whatever way feels best to you. Maybe on the forearms, maybe stacking the fists. Maybe bringing the forehead all the way down to the floor. Again, we're going to sink in here. Deep breaths, deep letting go. Learning from the sensation. Awareness of the interconnectivity in the body, the mind, the emotions, letting it all show up to the conversation with the breath as it flows through your body, resting in quiet. Stay with it here, a few more breaths. Present to the flow of the breath, present to sensation. Noticing what arises in the stillness and the dark. One more breath here. And then inhale, walking the hands back and coming to sit up, curling the right toes under, lengthening that leg, lifting the knee up, stretching the right leg long, and then relaxing the knee down. And then bending the knee, reaching back with your right hand or a strap, and bringing that foot in, nice quad stretch here. Really opening up the lower body, this part of our practice, to connect with this grounding energy of solstice. Releasing the foot. Hands come to hold you in the front, curling the right toes under. We're going to try to sweep that left leg back and up. Stretching, and then bring it back down. Walking out your dog. And then coming forward to a plank pose, dropping your hips. You can keep your legs floating. For an up dog, stretching through the front of the hips. Keep the shoulders down, engage the core, press back. Down dog. Dropping those heels. Looking up past the hands, step, walk, or jump to the top of your mat, and you can move your blanket out of the way if it was across your mat. Soft knees, feet hip width apart, and sway side to side. drawing a rainbow around your feet, connecting with your larger wishes and prayers for the world, for the greater whole, the universe, the connectivity around us. Coming back to center, sinking the hips down to the floor and coming down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest, rocking a little side to side here, placing one hand on top of each knee. Begin to move your knees around in separate circles. We really stretched into those hips today. So giving them a little releasing massage and going back the other way. And then letting your knees come away from each other. Reach through the inside of the knees. Hold on to the outside of the feet or the ankles for happy baby pose. Pulling down, bringing that grounding energy. The femurs pressing into the hip sockets. If there's any final poses you'd like to find before coming to Shavasana, feel free. Otherwise, stretching out long in your back, setting yourself up well for Shavasana. Perhaps a blanket under your head or your knees. Relaxing into the support of the earth, the stillness we've cultivated, the receptivity, the allowing for the intuition and insight, and the wishes and prayers for the world as a whole. Notice where you can relax and release a little bit more. Bringing your awareness back to the surface of your body. Begin to deepen your breath and wiggle your fingers and toes. And as you're ready, bend one knee and then the other, placing your feet on the floor. And come to rest over on your right side. Taking a breath here and keeping your eyes closed and your attention internal, gently press your way up to find a seat. And sitting with your eyes closed, allow these words by our friend Susan Virginia Mead to wash over you. This is a poem she wrote called Solstice Prayer, and thank you to Mara for posting it. So I grabbed it. Solstice Prayer. Let us gather our thoughts and spirits together in the presence of the source of all love. As we embrace this time of imbalance between opposites, the velvety dark of the longest night and the crystalline brightness of the shortest day, remind us that our natural world is a gift of truly diverse beings and experiences, each a reflection of divine love. As we emerge from this time of increased stress in work and home and society, help us remember to seek our own balance. May we find greater calm, strength, wisdom, and understanding in our daily lives, so that we may serve our communities, our colleagues, our friends, and our families for the ultimate good of all. As we immerse ourselves in this festive time of many traditions, make us ever mindful of maintaining a balance between the celebration of beauty within all that we have been given, and mindful of the joy we experience in giving whatever we can in order to bring beauty to lives near and far. Each time we see or sing the words peace on earth, help us envision and then enact that earthly peace in small but meaningful ways to make it real and true in the lives of those who have not experienced it. And each time we bask in the warmth of the candles and fires we light, please help us remember to kindle the flames of love, unity, and justice in the world. Amen. Bringing your hands together in front of your heart, pressing your thumbs in to feel your heartbeat, your personal pulse. And take a deep breath of gratitude, just sending that gratitude from your heart out to all the cells in your being. On this solstice, may we recognize the light within each of us and help enkindle the light of love as we flow into the coming solar year. Thank you all for joining me for practice. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste. Well, thank you all so much for being here, for finding your way onto Zoom. I hope you all have a beautiful solstice, a beautiful day. I'll be back with you on Thursday. We'll see what platform it works out on.